When defining variables, it is often helpful to choose letters that remind you of what the variables represent. Example problem 2. Application, picnics. Garrick buys 5 loaves of bread and 8 cans of tuna for a picnic. Tanya buys a loaf of bread and 2 cans of tuna. Define and use variables to represent the total cost. In words, we can say that Garrick's total cost will be the cost of 5 loaves plus the cost of 8 cans. So perhaps B would be a good variable to represent the cost of a loaf of bread. And T could represent the cost of a can of tuna. Therefore, we can write the expression 5B plus 8T to represent Garrick's total cost. Similarly, Tanya's total cost will be the cost of 1 loaf plus the cost of 2 cans. Using the same variables, we find the expression B plus 2T. Combining those expressions, we have 5B plus 8T, representing Garrick's cost, plus B plus 2T, representing Tanya's cost. Combining like terms, 5B plus B plus 8T plus 2T. Simplifying, well, 5B plus B is 6B, and 8T plus 2T is 10T. The book's example points out some properties that are very valuable to recall, but may or may not be really helpful depending on the method you choose to solve this problem. We know that we can rewrite the problem and group like terms because of the commutative property of addition. As you recall, the commutative property of addition is the one that states that 3 plus 2 equals 2 plus 3, and any other addition problem can be rewritten in reverse order and still arrive at the same answer. Alright, we can also use the distributive property in order to factor out a variable from an expression, like 5b plus b being rewritten as 5 plus 1 times b. Now I prefer to combine my like terms, and rather than using all of these properties to write out my work as I go, to simply skip from this step to this step by combining 5b plus b and knowing that it's going to equal 6b, and 8t plus 2t knowing that will equal 6t. So our final expression will be 6b plus 10t. And now it's time for a quick check. Number 2, in one trip to a hardware store, you buy 16 boards, 2 boxes of nails, and a hammer. On a second trip, you buy 10 more boards and a box of nails. Define and use variables to represent the total cost. Now, by defining variables, this problem is asking you to state a letter and also tell us which variable that letter represents. And then use those variables in an expression simplified to represent the total cost.